Hi, I'm back. My wife just told me get cooking, so I'm going to get cooking. And I decided we're going to make German potato pancakes, or Kartoffelpuffer, or Kartoffeldatschi, or. Every region in Germany has their completely separate name for those things, but they're all made very similarly. The way they are served is different as well. I'm showing you how the way I like to eat them, and you can just, I guess, experiment with that. Let's get cooking. Let's look at our ingredients first. We have 5 potatoes here, medium size, maybe some more, maybe some less, depends how much you're making. This should be good for 2 people, and we probably have a couple of them left over, which would be awesome because they're amazing even cold. 1 onion, again good size, 2 eggs. This is 4 tablespoons of flour, and I'm talking about tablespoons. I'm not talking about the stuff that you use for measuring things here in the US. I'm talking about those thingies, right? So this would be 1 tablespoon, right? So you have 4 of them in here. Nutmeg, salt, and pepper. We have a grater, a strainer, a bowl, some kitchen towels, because we're going to need them to just dry out the potatoes a little bit. I hope you won't see me crying as much as I will be because of grating the onion, but we will see. I'm going to grate the potatoes and the onions now. You don't need to watch me with that. You can do that yourself. Use the fine side of the grater. Not that one. This one. Yes. Good. Here's what I'm doing with the potatoes once I have them grated. I'm actually grating them on a small plate so that I can just take them from here. I don't like to put the pressure of the grater into the strainer, so that's why I'm grating them on a small plate, and then I'm taking a few sheets of paper towels. You can also take a normal kitchen towel, but because of the starch in the potatoes, you probably get a brown spot in it. So I prefer the paper towels because I can throw them away afterwards. And I just put them in a strainer. Once the potatoes are grated, I'm dumping them in there and I let them sit, and I let the juice drain, maybe even press a little bit on it so that they get drained real nicely. I'm done. The potatoes are all grated. They're all in here now. You can already see that there's a good bit of juice coming out. But like I said, I want to have them real dry, so I'm actually going to press them out. Well, real dry. I want to have them just not as wet. So I'm pressing them a little bit so you see that the juice comes out as well. And then I fold even the edges over here a little bit, and let that soak up what is the juice that is on top of it. See, when that is done, just open it up carefully. Throw this juice away, and then you can put your potatoes into the bowl. I'm leaving it as it is right now and let them drain for a little bit further while I'm grating the onion, because that's going to be the really sad part of this whole process. Sad part, you get it? Grating onions. I found myself funny. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to be back all teary-eyed. All done. I just stopped sobbing uncontrollably, and I'm back with you guys. So here are somewhat dried potatoes. That's what they're called, potatoes. And here's our onions. Now you see the onions have quite a bit of juice on them, and to be honest, I don't care about that. I actually want that in there. So you don't need to dry those. Just put it all in there. To make this the sobbing a little bit easier on you, you can grate them near the exhaust hood in your kitchen, and turn the exhaust hood on. It makes it a little bit easier. Also, when your eyes are watering, do not wipe them with your hand that you had just held the onion. It makes it all 10 times worse. Put our 2 eggs in here. our flour. There we go. Just a tiny little bit of pepper, not much. Bit of salt, that can be a little bit more. And a little bit of nutmeg, that gives it a really nice and round flavor. And then we just go and mix the whole thing until it is a nice and smooth mass, batter, whatever you want to call it. And then we just have to dump it into the pan and fry it. Which I will be having my house smelling like Kartoffelpuffer for the next 3 days, because I want to talk to you guys, so I'm not turning my exhaust hood on. But I tell you, you want to turn your exhaust hood on, because otherwise, as I mentioned, your house is gonna smell like potato pancakes for forever. Yep, there we go. This looks good. Let's put some cooking oil in the pan. This can be a good chunk. You want to have the pancakes kind of floating in oil. So you see, just covered with the cold oil, cover the whole bottom of the pan. There you go. Now we turn this thing onto high right now because we want to get the oil hot as quickly as possible. And I'm just using a big spoon, and you want to take like a good chunk of it and spread it out a little bit in a small, tiny, how do you say, I don't even know what to call it, but anyway, I'll show you once the oil is hot. Be right back. So, I already turned the oven down. This is about 30 seconds later right now, because I just used the time to clean a little bit behind you guys, because remember, no excuse for a dirty kitchen. The oil is hot. The way to test that, just get your fingers a little bit wet, get some water on your fingers, and then flick them in the pan. And if you hear that, you know your oil is hot. So now we're just going and stirring through here a little bit. Okay, and then we take a good spoonful and we put that right here and just spread it out just a little bit. They can be really thick, that's fine, you know, you just want to make sure that they're spread out a little bit instead of being like round pieces of potato pancake batter mass stuff. Alright, and so now we let them in there. There's our spatula to turn them over, and we wait until they get some color on the outside. Again, same procedure as with the other pancakes. We want to have them just slightly golden, because once we turn them they will still get some more color. But right now, and they smell already delicious. It gives this like Kartoffelpuffer smell. I can't even say what it smells like. The onion, fried potato, it's just delicious. And see, they start getting a little bit of color here already, but we want to let them set just a tiny bit more. And the heat is right now is between 5 and 6, so just make sure that you keep it around that area. You don't want the oil too hot. Again, they get dark before they actually set. I probably should have turned it down a little bit earlier. Now we're standing here and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And I actually want to tell you guys something, and I don't really know what. So let's learn some German, right? You already heard me say Guten Appetit, which is basically Bon Appetit. That's what we wish people that we eat with when we say, you know, enjoy your meal, basically. Now, we don't really have a... in America, I'm not really familiar with anything, and the whole enjoy your meal nobody really says here. So you see that these things are somewhat difficult to turn if they're not really set. Woo-hoo-hoo! Don't burn your fingers. It sucks. There we go. So we just turned them and they look delicious already. And we let them sit and get brown from the other side now. Oh, actually, there we go. And I'm getting a plate so we can throw the first two that are ready on there. Right here. Plate. Guten Appetit. As a response to that, you don't just say thank you, you say Dankeschön, which means thank you, and then you say Dankeschön ebenfalls, which means the same to you. So guten Appetit, danke ebenfalls, or you can say danke gleichfalls, which basically means the same thing, the same to you. Yeah, let's look at the underside of those things. They need some more. Anyway, I'm going to turn you guys off, fry the rest of them, and then show you how I serve them, how I like to eat them. Okay? See you in a bit. All of them are done. We got out 7 of these, there's my hand, so you see the size of them. 7 Kartoffelpuffer, and I think that's a good amount for 2 people. Like I said, probably we're eating 4, and then we have 3 more left over, which is awesome. The way they are right now, and that's the perfect Kartoffelpuffer in my opinion, is the edges are kind of crunchy and the inside, the middle, is still a little bit soft. And I told you this, I show you the way how I eat it. Applesauce, in German Apfelmus. Just spread that on there. Can be a good piece. Woo, yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then I like just to dust it a little bit with sugar to make it a little sweeter. Ooh, baby, that's delicious, I tell ya. Yep, so there we go. And there we have a Kartoffelpuffer. There you go, Kartoffelpuffer. And if you make them, and you make them just right, you might get a reaction like this. Babe, food's ready!
Ooh, Kartoffelpuffer!